Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to RLCS Overtime. This entire show has just been basically about the promotion relegation tournament that's happening this weekend. Two of the teams from the RLCS are going to be facing off against two of the teams from the rival series. Which of the two teams get to make it into the RLCS for the next season? It's all going to be on the line, and we cannot wait to see how it's going to happen. One of the teams competing for that spot is fnatic from the rival series, and we've got Snaski here, formerly of the Leftovers, now of fnatic, back here on Overtime for his second time. How you doing, friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Last time we talked, you were on the team The Leftovers, and you had just reverse swept Flipside, and you had beaten Northern Gaming in the same week back in the beginning of Season 3. Had a very strong showing at the Season 3 LAN, and things were looking good for Season 4, but then things kind of went downhill in the qualifiers. Like, walk me through the qualifiers for you guys. Like, what happened there?
Well, obviously, first of all, we swapped out Farah for Maestro, and it happened kind of late because Maestro got kicked a week before signup. So we had like roughly a month and a half, but we were very confident that we were going to make it through just on pure individual skill. But unfortunately, we had all three of us had a terrible day that day, and we played probably the worst Rocket League we've ever done. And when you don't really have the team play to go back on when you play bad individually, like a lot of teams do, then you're just bound to lose, and that's what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Like, how did, I feel like it's kind of an obvious question, but like, how did you guys feel? Like, obviously we were expecting to get into RLCS, you know, like, what was it like in those moments, those days right after knowing you're going to be in the rival series instead?
Honestly, it was not that bad because we were already in contact with fnatic. So we told them from the beginning there was a chance because EU is so tough, but we didn't expect it. But they told us straight away that they would still want to continue with this. So it was still rough that we weren't going to be at LAN at all. Like, we had no chance of doing it, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been because we were still going to get fnatic. We were probably just going to continue getting better as we have done, and we're pretty confident going into the promotion tournament. For sure.
Did playing in the rival series instead of the championship series, did that change your game plan at all?
It probably made us focus a bit more on ourselves rather than the opponents we meet as well, like in RLCS. But me and Siggy really like to focus on our opponents as well as ourselves, so we can adapt to what they do. In RLCS, we were more about finding our own play style, figuring out how we like to play, so we can go back and rely on that team play rather than individual performance. And that's really what we've been doing and what's been done. And now I think we're ready to go back into RLCS and really do great again.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you guys had a tear through the rival series. We've never had a team go undefeated in league play in the RLCS, but you guys and Fibian over in North America both were able to win every single match in the rival series. Like, what were the keys to victory for you guys?
Probably just being a level above individually. Like, to be honest, I don't want to take anything away from the RLCS team, but I think it was very clear that we didn't necessarily play as well as we could have on all the days, and we still pretty convincingly won most of the games. So I think it was just a clear level of difference.
Just a tier above everybody else there. Was there any, when a team gets on a run like that and they're at the top and they haven't lost, you know, there's always kind of this expectation of when's it going to happen, you know? I mean, we had this with the RLCS with both Method and PSG, who just were setting records for how long you could possibly go undefeated. And even at the very end, PSG finally dropping Envious. Was there any extra pressure every week as you continued to win?
I wouldn't say so. I think we got most of the difficult games out of the way very early. Like, we had Supersonic Avengers and Inspiration the first week, then Juicy Kid the next week, and then we had a bunch of probably easier games over the next couple of weeks until we met Endpoint the last week. So I wouldn't say that we had more pressure on us during the season. I actually think that the fact that we got some of the harder games out of the way early made us more comfortable and gave us more time to focus on the promotion games rather than the actual league.
For sure. Well, and UK's come out completely unscathed there, defeating everything that comes up in your path. And we've talked about this a few times. I want to shift topics a little bit here. Through all of Season 3, you were called the leftovers. You were the players who nobody wanted and no one could pick up. And we kept saying, like, this team's so good. Somebody pick up this team. They need a new name. They're clearly not the leftovers anymore. They're fantastic. And all of Season 3, you guys go unsigned, and then some of Season 4, and then finally you see Fnatic show up, and you actually tweeted out about this. You were so happy about it. You said, super happy to be joining Fnatic after a long wait and many no's, which just proves that the patience is key. To have patience is key. Tell us the story about, like, being unsigned and the long haul of just being the leftovers and then finally finding Fnatic.
Well, obviously, when you try to go pro in a game, like, I wouldn't call myself a professional gamer while I was at the leftovers. I was just unemployed and doing my hobby, like, for a living. I tried to do it, but, like, when we finally get picked up, you can actually say that you're a pro gamer now because you get paid for playing the game you love. And it's just such a relief that now you actually have somewhat of a help from them, like a safety net from them. And it makes us capable of, like, focusing much more on playing the game rather than having to focus on money situations, or, like, me, for example, who's the leader of the team, has to do all the managing stuff, all the coaching stuff, like, everything. Now I have Fnatic to do that for me. Like, we got a fantastic manager called Kojo. He's, like, done so much for us already, like, and we've been part of Fnatic for like 2 or 3 weeks. It's just a huge relief in general, and I think it will push us even further than we have ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like it's a big motivation, a big just encouragement, of an energy boost there. Have they hooked you guys up with a lot of swag?
Yes, they have.
Oh yeah, oh look at that.
Yeah. They have hooked us up with a lot of swag from the get-go. They have treated us very well already, and I don't think any of us regret waiting this long.
For sure, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the biggest names in all of esports, and so you guys get to wear it now here in Rocket League. That's just fantastic. You've played through the Rival Series. I've asked a number of players about this because the Rival Series is a new thing here for Season 4, and it kind of changes up the way that the RLCS works and how you get into RLCS. After having played through the Rival Series, how do you feel now about the promotion relegation system?
I think it's great. I think they should use the same system for the LAN teams. I think the fact that you have to play one best of 7 to go to LAN is kind of ridiculous for the players. I mean, I understand it's good for the viewers and it's exciting and everything, but I think for the players' sake, I think they should do the same for LAN, because a double elimination best of 7 is probably the best way to figure out which team is truly the best.
Totally, I think it's a good system there, and I'm glad that even as a team that probably you wanted to be in RLCS, but the Rival Series, it gives you a way to immediately get back in without having to play through another massive qualifier there and stuff. So yeah, definitely it's doing its job. Looking forward, you guys, this coming weekend you're going to be playing for that spot in RLCS to be able to play in Season 5. Obviously, I assume you expect your team to make it in. You guys have the fire underneath you guys. You guys want to get that back. Which team from Europe gets the other spot?
I have to pick Envy. I don't really think Juicy Kids stand a chance against any of the teams. I think Secret, perhaps if they hit another fantastic day as they did against us in the qualifier, maybe they could upset Envious. But I think it'll be anything. I think we'd be disappointed if we don't get through the upper bracket of the qualification.
Yeah, you want to just keep the win streak going at this point. You guys 7-0, just continue that one on. It'd be great. Dude, Snaski, it's been great to talk to you, friend. Any other shout-outs you got before I let you go?
Obviously, a shout out to Fnatic. A quick shout out to our manager again, Kojo. He's been doing great. I like to give a shout out to Khan also. He's the guy we were in contact with when negotiating with Fnatic. They've all been great guys. They're fantastic people, and it's been amazing so far, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us.
Fantastic stuff there. Snaski, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. Good luck in the promotion relegation tournament.
Thank you.
Awesome. That is Snaski of Fnatic. Always great to talk to the players here on Overtime. Guys, it's been a great show. We've got the promotion relegation tournament coming up this weekend. Definitely tune in this weekend to see which teams will be playing in Season 5. But for me, for Snaski, for everyone else here at Overtime, thanks for watching. Have a great week. We'll see you later.